Hi, you Reagan. You down to do some quick matches on Left 4 Dead, or are you too pussed out?
Nah, bro, we just played that recently, did we not? I mean, Christ alive. These games are becoming more boring than a modern-day date with a woman.
What are you even on, bruh? You really smoking and on that Zaza a little too much. Lil, bro, how many times have I told you Left 4 Dead is a based-ass game? If you can't see
Bro,
that, you clearly have something wrong with you.
about why this game is boring, mofo. I already told you, these games are absolute dog water. I only played them so your cuck-ass would shut up. Don't get me wrong, the anime mods go absolutely high-key, crazy, but it's not all that. Destiny is a way better game, let's real.
Look, you don't have to talk, dude. I didn't make you join this voice chat. If you want to leave like a punk-ass Biden, then leave, bro. Unlike Harris, I ain't got time to waste in the bank or this
chat. You keep misunderstanding what I'm saying. I told you already. I can't play this game every time. Honestly, most games nowadays are boring. And for the record, I'm not the only one that finds games boring now, thanks to this lackluster, rainbow-infested economy.
Ronnie, let's cut to the chase. There's only one horror game that's huge, the best, and it's Five Nights at Freddy's, no question. It's terrifying, it's exciting, and it keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire time. People love it, just like they love me. You must be one of those old school guys. Let me guess, you're gonna say something like Amnesia. The Dark Descent is the best horror game, right? Because it's all atmosphere and psychological or whatever? Boring. People don't want to be bored, Ronnie. They want action.
Actually, yes, Amnesia is real horror. It's a slow burn that gets under your skin. It's about fear of the unknown, losing your mind in the dark. That's real terror, not some cheap trick with animatronics trying to
Fear of the unknown? Please. People don't have time to wander around some gloomy castle looking for oil to light their stupid lantern. In Five Nights at Freddy's, you're in danger constantly. The stakes are high. You don't know when Freddy's gonna pop out and boom, you're dead. That's adrenaline. That's real fear.
It's artificial fear, Donald. Amnesia builds tension slowly. It makes you think. You never know what's coming. And when it hits, it stays with you. It's the kind of horror that makes you look over your shoulder.
The problem, people don't want to spend hours building tension. They want thrills, and they want them fast. Boom, right there, in your face. Five Nights at Freddy's gives you that rush. It's a winner's game. It doesn't waste your time with philosophy or slow pacing.
A winner's game? Donald, the only thing you're winning is a heart attack from the jumps. Amnesia is for people who appreciate subtlety. It's like reading a great thriller, not some trashy tabloid. You wouldn't know about building suspense, would you?
Oh, here we go, subtlety. You love throwing that word around like it means something. But in the real world, people want results. Amnesia is slow and tedious. If I wanted to sit in the dark and do nothing, I'd just watch one of those old black and white horror movies you probably love. Dull, outdated, like your policies, Ronnie.
I'd rather be outdated than bored out of my mind with Five Nights at Freddy's, Donald. Jump scares are like your speeches. Loud, obnoxious, and no lasting impact. They might startle you, but they don't make you think. They don't leave you changed.
Changed? The only thing that needs changing is your attitude. Five Nights at Freddy's is the best because it knows how to get your attention and keep it. Just like me, it's fast, it's effective, and everybody loves it. The fans, the kids, the YouTubers, it's a phenomenon. It's winning.
Oh, sure. If you define winning as appealing to teenagers who scream at everything. But if you want real horror, the kind that digs into your mind and makes you question everything, you need something like Silent Hill 2. Psychological horror, Donald. You wouldn't last 5 minutes in a game that makes you think about your own guilt and fear.
I understand one thing, Ronnie. Results. And the result is, people love games like Five Nights at Freddy's. They don't need some deep, meaningful plot. They need something that makes them scream and laugh at the same time. That's how you win. You hit them hard, fast, and don't let up, just like I
Donald,
do.
if you think a couple of creepy stuffed animals are the peak of horror, I guess that explains a lot about how you approach everything else. No depth, no patience, just noise. Win, Donald. I think you've just survived. There's a difference. So what's up with you, bro? You finally getting on D2 or what? Why don't we play a game that isn't overplayed more than an OnlyFans girl's leaked videos? You in, or are you too pussed out to handle the heat?
Like I said, D2 is pretty good, don't get me wrong, but the new expansion is total ass. And no, I can handle all the heat. I mean, I ran against Joe in 2020, That was pure heat. This is nothing, bro.
Running against Joe is like a professional athlete competing against a toddler. Just get your pussy ass on here already. I've played enough of that left forehead game at this point.
All right, if you insist, you may be right, but don't get your panties all in a bunch when I'm just joking, bro. Remind me to never push you over the edge. Sheesh.
Well, Donald, I'm sure you've got plenty of opinions on this, but let's get one thing clear right off the bat. Destiny 2 is superior. It's not just a game, it's an experience. You've got this sprawling universe, different planets, incredible lore. It's immersive. And the best part, you can play with a team or go solo, and there's always something new around the corner. I've been to the tower, I fought the Hive, and let me tell you, Donald, nothing beats the satisfaction of a perfectly executed raid.
Oh, please, Ronnie, I expected better from you. Left 4 Dead 2 is the real game. It's straightforward. None of that running around grinding for gear. I don't want to sit there waiting for some random loot to drop or chase after space magic. It's you, your team, and a ton of zombies coming at you from every direction. Pure action, non-stop adrenaline. You don't need to get lost in some massive universe. You just need a shotgun, a few good buddies, and a clear head. Simple, effective, no messing around with all that extra
Donald,
fluff.
I think you're missing the point. Destiny 2 isn't just about shooting things, it's about growth, development, and strategy. You don't just get by with brute force. It's about coordination, getting your team together to tackle raids, learning the mechanics, and then pulling off some amazing feats of teamwork. The Crucible, the strikes. It's all about evolving. The game keeps you engaged with new content all the time. Left 4 Dead 2, it's the same old thing over and over again. Zombies, shoot, repeat. Where's the depth?
Depth? Ronnie, let me tell you something. People don't want to sit around figuring out some complicated puzzle just to get a piece of gear they probably don't even need. People want action, excitement, danger. In Left 4 Dead 2, the danger is right in front of you. No space politics, no fancy cutscenes, just you, your friends, and the chaos of a zombie horde coming for your head. Boom. You're in the thick of it. You either survive or you don't. It's fast, it's intense, and best of all, you don't need to be a space wizard to have fun.
Oh, come on, Donald. You talk about action, but what you're describing is a mindless shoot 'em up. Sure, Left 4 Dead 2 has its moments, but once you've played through a campaign, what's left? More zombies, maybe a tank or two? In Destiny 2, the variety is incredible. You've got strikes, raids, PvP in the Crucible, and open world exploration. You can invest time into becoming legendary. The community is engaged, always evolving. It's more than a game. It's a living world, constantly changing. You're not just fighting to survive, you're fighting to conquer the stars.
Living world? Please, the only thing that's living in Destiny 2 is the endless grind. It's exhausting, Ronnie. People don't have the time to sit around waiting for the next update or grinding out light levels. Left 4 Dead 2 gives you what you need right when you want it. Pure, unfiltered survival. You think a zombie apocalypse is simple? Ha! You have to strategize. You have to think on your feet. It's you versus the world with your teammates at your back. Real people, real action. It's not some space fantasy laser tag game with magic powers and floating orbs.
Destiny 2 is about legacy. You're building something over time, building power, building a story. It's not just about killing the enemy, it's about building your guardian into something great. The raid mechanics, they're challenging. It takes coordination, brain power, and patience to overcome the toughest encounters. You're fighting gods, ancient forces that threaten the universe. It's not just about fighting waves of zombies. Destiny 2 is on a whole different level of strategy. It takes a real leader to conquer the
legacy, huh? Ronnie, Left 4 Dead 2 doesn't need to pretend to be something it's not. You want to build a story? The only story you need is survival. Zombies coming at you from all sides, special infected messing up your plan, tanks smashing through walls. There's no time for talking about some ancient god or whatever. It's pure chaos, and that's what makes it the best. You win by surviving. No need for light levels or loot caves. You're either good enough or you're dead. Simple as that.
Donald, I get it. You like fast action, no thinking, just shooting. But in Destiny 2, the real thrill is in mastering your abilities, working with your team, and outsmarting some of the toughest bosses in gaming. It's dynamic, ever-changing. You get the satisfaction of outwitting your enemies with strategy, not just brute force. It's evolution, Donald. A game that grows with you.
Strategy? Ronnie, let me tell you something. When you're stuck in the middle of a horde of zombies with just a few bullets left, that's real strategy. You've got to know when to shoot, when to run, and how to keep your teammates alive. That's real-time, high-stakes thinking, not spending hours looking at loadouts and running the same raid for the millionth time. And Left 4 Dead 2? It's a classic, Ronnie. People will be playing it long after your precious Destiny 2 servers get shut down.